Like I said, I think within the next 5 years, we should be able to have a very robust economy, and Nigeria should be able to have, if well managed, let me put it this way, if the economy is well managed, if we give the governor of central bank the opportunity to come up with his agenda, it is not about, nobody will have such a position without having an agenda. I mean, it will be crazy for anybody to become a governor of the central banks, the man who signs your currency, that will not have an agenda how to keep that safe. I mean, so when people say he has an agenda, I don't want to look into the way the other people are saying it. I'm saying that this man should have an agenda. He should go on with his own agenda, and the agenda should be something that will benefit the people of Nigeria. Any other agenda that will not benefit the people of Nigeria, that is not the kind of agenda we are looking up to. We know that anybody holding such a position is a very sensitive position, and he should have an agenda to put us in a better position and to take us out of this mess. So, good enough, he has an agenda, and I believe he should be supported with this agenda to clear the mess and take us to the next level of a robust economy. Well, I think presently, if the government is coming out to save or to rescue the banks, we have to look into it carefully. I mean, it is done in America, it is done all over the world, in Germany, in the UK and the European community. We have to see this, that whatever the government is bringing out to rescue the bank has to be paid back with little interest. I don't know how that is going to work out. I think he has made a good plan for that, and these people have to pay this money back. And like it's been done all over the world, the directors of the banks, they have to sacrifice certain things, like their bonuses have to be pegged, their salaries have to be pegged, all these things have to be controlled. You don't just take people's money, taxpayers' money, and you are still taking the same bonus as if it is your own money. So we have to control this, and we have to make sure that salaries, bonuses are well controlled, and until they refund government money. And this is something that is a global issue. And I think even some of the present nominated or selected executives and MDs of the banks, we have to know how much are they being paid. We just have to know what the salary is. It has to be made transparent. I don't know, maybe this is something that has been done, but if it has not been done, all the newly appointed CEOs have to declare what they are having and what their salary is. I mean, we have to know all the salaries and bonuses that will be received, so that nobody will just come up again after 2 or 3 years and say, look, we find ourselves in the same mess. We can't make this mistake 2 or 3 times again. Once, I think that's enough. The community banks and the microfinance banks, I think the same thing, they have to be regulated. We have seen some of them messing up people's money as well. So we have to find a way to begin to, curtail their exuberances right now and put them in the right place. So now I think it is still the right time for us to quickly go into that. We have seen what the commercial banks, the problems in the commercial banks, and we have to quickly we have to look into these aspects of the microfinance banks and the community banks and come up with a kind of strategy that will save people's money in these banks. Otherwise, we'll have a big problem. There was this time we have People's Bank, it collapsed. Community banks, I think most of them are not more in existence. We should be able to protect the microfinance banks and make sure that what we have experienced in the past with some of these community-based banks will not repeat itself in the future. I think this is a good lesson for us to learn. If I may have to offer some of my suggestions, which are my own personal opinion, I think the central bank governor has to stop Nigerian banks from establishing offshore banks for the next 5 years. And at the same time, peg the salary, like I've said, peg the salaries and bonuses of chief executives and directors of banks, and categorize all the banks, national banks, regional banks, and community-based banks. These are some of the steps that I would like to see that the central bank governor should take, at least to drive the economy upwards, and for the investors to have faith in this economy again. I think those are the kind of suggestions that I would give. Well, I think at the same time, I've said it earlier, the CBN has to flush out some certain elements, some unscrupulous elements in the system, in its own organization as well, and reorganize the central bank. And let's have a very effective Central Bank of Nigeria, not only just printing the money, but at the same time monitoring how this money is being used.